You're gonna love Whataburger, Ben.
Oh, it's the best.
Like any restaurant, Whataburger likes to keep certain things under wraps. So get out your finest detective attire and let's unravel 10 secrets Whataburger doesn't want you to know. Unhealthy even in the land of fast food.
The worst kind.
Most people can agree that fast food isn't the healthiest option in the world when it comes to dining out. The never-ending amount of processed food items and high amounts of fat and sodium are prevalent at almost every fast food chain. Whataburger, however, has more than a few entries that fall under the category of world's worst fast food items, with the most surprising being their ketchup.
Ketchup. Just like my mom puts on her spaghetti, baby.
How can ketchup be so unhealthy, you ask? A high sugar and sodium content are the main culprits in this instance. Surprisingly, Whataburger managed to pack over 200 milligrams of sodium into one serving of their ketchup, which is more than double the amount found in the ketchup at McDonald's. This works out to 10% of your recommended daily sodium intake in just one packet of ketchup. However, it would be a lie if we told you that Whataburger's ketchup didn't taste better than that found at most other fast food restaurants. They do call it fancy ketchup, after all. Another entry into the category of most unhealthy menu items comes in the form of their cinnamon roll. This cinnamon roll is considered by many to be one of the most unhealthy desserts offered by a fast food chain restaurant. Clocking in at almost 600 calories, you can see why it may not be the best idea to follow up your meal with this frosted dessert. While no one is typically getting fast food with the idea that they're eating healthy, maybe we should all try to at least avoid some of the items that are considered the most unhealthy fast food items in America. Gravy so good it burns.
Gravy.
Whataburger is one of the few fast food chains that regularly offers gravy to their customers, and many fans are more than happy to order some of this delicious and hearty white pepper gravy. Whether you adorn your biscuits with it, dip your fries in it, or put it on your burger, the Whataburger gravy can add a whole other dimension to your meal.
Oh my God, delicious.
However, there's a few individuals who may not be such big fans of Whataburger anymore after their unfortunate experience with the chain's gravy. 2 incidents within 2 years caused Whataburger to seriously take a look at just how piping hot they were serving their gravy. 2 children, ages 5 and 7, were both treated for second-degree burns after spilling some of Whataburger's gravy on themselves. The company was then sued for failing to respond correctly to the 2 separate incidents. Some people may argue that it's not the restaurant's fault that these children were burned by their meals. Whataburger employees weren't the ones to spill the gravy after all. Well, based on lawsuits of the past, fast food restaurants really need to use caution when serving extremely hot items to their customers. There is no need for food or beverages that are meant to be eaten on the go to be so hot they can require medical attention if things go wrong. Secret hacks and menu items.
Can anyone guess the secret ingredient?
Who doesn't love a good secret menu from a fast food restaurant? There's so much more freedom when it comes to putting together your order. It also makes you feel like you're in the know, and maybe even a little more special than the average customer. It's not always certain whether the food on the secret menus ever actually tastes better than the normal offerings, but the mystery and hype sure make them feel like they do. Whataburger boasts one of the most impressive secret menus you can find at a fast food location. Beverages, entrees, sides, and vegetarian options all adorn this elusive menu where customers can truly add some custom flair to their otherwise normal meals. One of the most popular options is in the form of a radioactive-looking fountain drink. The Whataburger Hulk is to Whataburger what the Mountain Dew Baja Blast is to Taco Bell. They both have loyal fans that continue to visit each restaurant to get their fix of these exclusive drinks. The base of the Whataburger Hulk is Vault Soda, a highly caffeinated Mountain Dew-like beverage, and the last quarter is filled with blue Powerade, which in turn gives the beverage a Hulk-like green tint.
Green.
Another extremely popular menu item can only be ordered during breakfast hours, but it's definitely something worth waking up early for. Chicken and pancakes is Whataburger's version of the wildly popular chicken and waffles combination. Pairing their famous chicken strips with breakfast pancakes is sure to give anyone a reason to venture into the secret menu. But possibly the most mouth-watering secret menu option is the Honey Barbecue Chicken Strip Sandwich. If your local Whataburger has barbecue sauce in stock, then you're in luck. You start with a honey butter chicken strip sandwich and either replace the honey butter with barbecue sauce or combine them both for something even more wild. Well, it looks like the secret is out, Whataburger. The pride of Texas. Until 2019.
Well, howdy there, partner.
Whataburger has been owned and headquartered in Texas for as long as anyone can remember. The people of Texas are immensely proud of their favorite regional burger chain, and a lot of Texans think Whataburger is the best overall fast food burger establishment anywhere.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
A great shock was dealt to the Texas fast food community in 2019 when their beloved burger chain was sold to some Chicago fat cats. Chicago-based BDT Partners and Whataburger assured its loyal fans that nothing would change with this acquisition. However, that didn't stop countless fans from taking to social media and voicing their disapproval. In the end, the acquisition really hasn't changed much, and Whataburger is just as Texas through and through as it's always been. The people of Texas still love their precious Whataburger, but may not want to admit that a large piece of the Whataburger establishment now belongs to a Chicago-based investment firm. Deep-fried Texas-sized rodent.
Not a rat. No rat.
In 2019, an incident involving a rodent took place in a Bastrop, Texas location of Whataburger. After observing a rat scurrying across the counter of the restaurant, many horrified customers witnessed the rat then jump headfirst into a fryer.
Ugh, gross, right, guys?
What's even worse is that the whole incident was captured on video and quickly went viral, even being picked up by various news sources. The video shows a few employees trying to catch the rodent while it's freely running around the countertop. After one employee corners the rat, it takes a leap of faith into what would ultimately be a much worse fate than being detained by the Whataburger employees. Although this was an isolated incident, the chain received a lot of negative press due to the video immediately going viral. The store was shut down and sanitized, but the damage had already been done. The video still pops up on social media from time to time, and some people may never trust the cleanliness of their local Whataburger again. Whataburger Black Market Collectables.
Money, 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 money.
Whataburger have always had their own unique flair. Their employees bring your order to the table, which is marked with a plastic number marker that they give you at the counter. These plastic number plaques have become an increasingly hot commodity to many of the chain's customers and have been the #1 most stolen item from each restaurant. Now, you may not think that a few stolen table indicators is much of a big deal, but Whataburger has noted that they spend over $200,000 each year replacing these table tents.
What?
Many of these coveted number plaques even end up on sale online and can bring in as much as $200 for the most rare numbers. In a great PR move, the company's vice president of marketing has stated that when they see people with the number tents adorning their desks or dashboards, they know that person must really be a fan of the company. It's always nice to have loyal fans, but spending $200 grand a year to replace something as common as an order number indicator must be quite an annoyance. Burgers packed to the bun with antibiotics.
This is a tasty burger.
Whataburger prides itself on having fresh and never frozen beef. When it comes to additives, though, the burger meat may come with a little more than most customers are expecting. The U.S. Public Interest Research Group conducted a study of fast food burgers in 2018 and ended up giving Whataburger a solid F rating for the category. Although Whataburger received the worst possible score for the amount of antibiotics in their meat, they weren't alone in this category. Many of the popular fast food restaurant chains also received an F, including the higher-end Five Guys restaurant group, which many had considered to use better ingredients than many other fast food franchises. Finding traces of antibiotics in fast food burgers isn't anything new either. Almost all fast food restaurants have had their issues with the use of antibiotic-laden meats.
It is what it is.
Many of these restaurants have made a pledge to move away from this practice, and some have even succeeded in completely getting rid of the use of antibiotics within their products. Although it's certainly not the worst thing you could put into your body, the more you expose yourself to antibiotics, the more of a chance you have to develop a resistance to them. With so many studies being conducted on these restaurant chains, it's no longer a question of whether they use antibiotic-treated meat, but just how much of it they're using. Although it may cost these fast food chains more money money in the end to switch to a more organic meat option, it looks like many of them are starting to make the switch. Fan favorites that may never return. Most fast food restaurants are continually trying out new items, and if they're successful, they can earn a permanent spot on the menu. You won't be hard-pressed to find various lists across the internet of discontinued fast food items that are dearly missed by the public, though. Whataburger is also no stranger to discontinuing and changing certain menu items, some of which end up dishing out some major heartbreak to die-hard fans.
It was delicious.
One of the most requested items to bring back comes in the form of dessert. Whataburger's seasonal pies have been a popular dessert item for the chain over the years, and many fans expressed their immense disappointment when their favorite flavors were no longer available. Some of the most popular flavors with fans have been banana, pumpkin, and chocolate. Other discontinued items from the fast food chain consist of various types of specialty burgers and sandwiches with unique flavors like peppercorn and steak sauce. While it's not financially viable for a company to keep items that are underperforming, suddenly having your favorite menu item removed from rotation can really pull at your heartstrings. Business isn't always booming.
I declare bankruptcy!
While most large fast food chains seem to be always rolling in the profits, even the largest can feel the pain when it comes to financial struggles. Whataburger has had a long and eventful path in becoming one of the most recognizable regional fast food chains. The chain was started in 1950 by founder Harmon Dobson, who actually had no prior restaurant experience whatsoever. His dream was to create a burger so good that customers would declare, "What a burger!" when they first bit into its creation. But with all of Harmon's success, there also came some struggles. The most recent problems came to light during the worldwide health event we're all familiar with by now. Whataburger, like many other fast food restaurant chains, struggled to deal with the complications, and the restaurant chain was forced to close multiple locations, furlough employees, and adapt to a world where dining in restaurants just wasn't as common as it had always been. Many loyal customers even took to social media and voiced their concerns about whether or not Whataburger would be able to remain afloat during these dark times.
Gotta stay optimistic, you know?
Fortunately, after overcoming the majority of issues that were affecting the restaurant, Whataburger seems to have a solid path ahead and will continue producing some of America's favorite fast food creations. Accused of discrimination in their hiring process.
I not use the N-word.
Oh, the other N-word. No?
Whataburger, unfortunately, has a brief history of lawsuits claiming racial discrimination when it comes to who they hire. Of course, this isn't a nationwide issue aimed at all of the franchises, but has affected more than a few individuals since their opening in 1950. A manager in one of their Florida locations was instructed by their boss to only hire white employees in an attempt to reflect the community they were serving.
Unacceptable!
When the manager came forward and sued the burger chain, it came to light that she had also been verbally and physically abused, which added even more bad press for the chain to an already sensitive issue. She was eventually awarded $180,000, and Whataburger came forward with proof that the chain itself was not one to discriminate against race. They showed that the majority of the new employee hires in this region were of African American descent, and that the issues only stemmed from certain individuals who were let go from the company upon the realization that they held these discriminatory views. Even though the cases of racial discrimination are isolated, it left a bad taste in customers' mouths and is still something Whataburger doesn't want you to know.
I shouldn't have said that.
Thanks for watching right to the end. You're the best, and the best deserves more. So check out more great videos.